Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. I don't know what's going on, all right? I can't hear the boys other than putting on my gaming headset, and I look like John Motson from the fucking 1970s, but look, we deal with it. Lyon 2, Manchester United 2. A disappointing way to end the game. And I'm going to let these two cretins here beside me give their opinions on it, because it's look, a very, very disappointing way to end the game, and a very positive second half. Chris, you're on my direct left, so I'll ask you first. What was your thoughts on the game, and your overriding emotions at the end, going into, I suppose, the second leg now at 2-2?
Guess who we're buying in the summer? No,
actually, I'm putting you back there.
No, I think it's. It's a disappointing. I think we were the better team. Even though we didn't play well in the first half. We only gave up a goal because not a blunder. Other than that, there wasn't any other clear-cut chances that they had. I just think that I'll be honest. I think it's 2-0 not a blunders, because. The shot that came in, I understand it's right there, but he puts it back right in front, not to the side, not, it's like you stick it back 2 yards away from you. Come on, you got to be able to take that in. I'm sorry. You're a professional goalkeeper at Manchester United. You get paid how much? That you got to do better on both of them. And other than that, I think Lyon did what they do. They get a couple chances and they score a couple. And they capitalize. That's what they've done all tournament. So, I just, we played a lot better. Bruno had a brilliant cross into Xerxes. Can you hear it? Can you hear me?
Go on, I can hear you.
Okay. But Bruno played brilliantly. I think it's better when we play him deeper.
Just keep talking. Don't fucking mind me, all right? Just keep talking.
But I think that he plays better deeper. I think Mount got to play a little bit. Didn't get to see a lot of Mount, but I think we play better. Xerxes. I think Xerxes deserves to start. The second leg. At this point, he played a lot better than Højlund did. I gotta agree with Adam. He looked like we were playing with 10 men when Højlund's on the field. He doesn't. The one time he checked to the ball and played the ball across, we had an opportunity going forward in the first half. And then you never saw it again. I don't know what he does. I don't know what's going through his head while he's on the field. It's I don't know if he's completely lost or whatnot, but I just think it's I think we got to make a couple changes, and I think that I think Bruno's better playing deeper, to be honest. I really do. Ben, you're up.
Yeah, I agree with what you say, Chris. I think the positive out of the game is, though, the second leg's at home.
Yeah.
The way that we were poor, because we were poor today, weren't we? I know we were the better team, but it was a poor performance all round. I think Garnacho had a bad game today. I think it just proves we need a striker and a number 10, like we've been saying.
Yeah,
but do we need two number 10s?
Yeah. I just think the forward line in general was very disappointing again today. But again, United were creating a hell of a lot of chances, and we look dangerous when we are going forward. And I thought when we got the ball out wide in certain areas, we looked as if we were, we could potentially go and do something. But again, it's just, Højlund, Chris, he has to go on. He has to go on the summer, surely, does he?
I think so. I think at this point he's lost. I really, I was saying, I don't know what's going through his head while the game is going on, because it's kind of schoolboy stuff where you check in when another player has the ball, you make a run, you check into the ball, you hold the ball, you get the ball. Just watch when Xerxes comes on. He's always moving so someone can play him the ball. I think Højlund's waiting for someone to play the ball over the top so he can just run onto it. Well, that's not. We can't do that. You can't. He's so one-dimensional, and even his one dimension is not that good. That it just hurts us. And before, at the beginning of the season when he was playing, and even last year, his motor was ridiculous when he was pressing, like all over the place. Now it looks like he's lost interest. Like, and maybe maybe he's inside his own head, but he just needs to be sat down. I mean, it's unfortunate that we can't bring Cheeto to Europa because we didn't register him for it and everything like that. But
yeah,
I think you just need to sit him down, and he needs to sit. And the problem is we don't have another option, to bring off the bench, and that's an issue. Because unless you're going to play a false nine with Bruno or something like that, if you got to move the team around, we just don't have another option. And I just don't even, if you think about it, even the cross that Bruno put in to Xerxes, I don't think Højlund's anywhere close to that ball.
Not a chance. Do you know where Højlund is? Højlund is out looking for a short defeat.
Yep. Yeah.
And trying to hold off a defender that doesn't need to be held off.
I just don't think he knows where he's just lost. And that's a shame, because I do like him. I do like him as, and everything. It's just a shame. And I just think, it's unfortunate. And, I just think it's, we can't go into another game. I'll even say the game, who do we play? Newcastle on the weekend?
Yeah.
Maybe you have to play him so you give Xerxes a little bit of rest or something, because we need Xerxes for the next leg.
Yeah. Because
he played so much better. You talked about it at the end of the game, and even though we tied because we gave up a goofy goal at the end, as you call it, a pinball goal. But, Xerxes went and won the ball in our defensive half and carried it through. You don't see Højlund doing that.
No.
I just his overall stature on the field is better.
Well, see, the thing about Xerxes in comparison to Højlund is, okay, he might not get you goals. It's kind of lousy saying that, considering he did score tonight, but he's not flush with goals like Højlund isn't. But his link-up play is very good. And he does drag defenders with him. He does create space for others. And, he might not be directly assisting, but he's involved in an awful lot of build-up play.
No, I agree. And I think tactically what you end up having to do is maybe, or not Højlund, but Xerxes has to play a little bit more withdrawn for link-up play. And then you would have our Garnacho and Mount unleashing down, more narrow, not wide, narrow. So you're going to release those guys. And I think with Xerxes checking back into the ball and getting it, that's going to allow, because the center back has to follow him. If he doesn't, then Xerxes just turns and carries the ball. So if the center back comes with him, then Garnacho or Mount or whoever's on the opposite side of whoever the other 10 is going to be, they can run in behind at that point. That's what you do. You create, like we talked about on the podcast, you got to make a run to create space for others. You can't just stand there and be a statue. And then that makes it so much easier for the defense to defend us, because stand here,
Yeah, I played in defense for years at the most basic of level, and the easiest player to mark is the one that stands still. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If he stands still and he's able to hold the ball up and shed you off and turn and put you on the turn and score, I get it. I've played against guys like that they're just bigger and stronger, and they can. They just they just do the turn and they unleash a shot. And I get that, but that's not Højlund. He doesn't do that. So, and the one, like you said, the ones that, on the opposite side, the ones that move and are constantly running, you're like, come on. I don't know where to go. Do I follow him? Do I not follow him? Do I pass him off? Hey, Harry, take him because he's running across the front of the defense. Now, and then everybody gets confused. But if you're a split second late, he's off. He's off and running. You know what I mean? If you're not switching the guys, and then if you have to follow him, you're just opening up space on the backside or on the front side or something. And it doesn't surprise me when Xerxes came on, we were much more dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ben, on that premise, do you start Xerxes now in the return leg?
100%. Yeah, I would. I think that's a big thing about Matt now as well. I think if he's in form and Matt can get going as well, I think he'd be the perfect partner with Xerxes. Like you say, if somebody's going to go into the gaps, you'd want Mason Mount in his prime going into there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I thought Manu done quite well when he came on, even though it was only for a few minutes. He looked sharp.
Yeah.
He looked like a guy that wasn't injured for the last 6 or 7 weeks.
No, but the one thing, if you watched it, even when Xerxes got it, or even when our deep lying, Casemiro or Bruno had the ball in the midfield, you see Mount like he's trying to make a run, like he's running across the defense to get unleashed, like he's making that run, like he's trying to get behind the defense, like. That's what we need. That's what we wanted him for. I mean, that's the kind of movement that even if you make that run and you run off sides, they have to account for you.
Yeah.
They can't just let you run free, because if you time it just perfect, then you're in. And that's and that's what you expect. And I mean, that's the difference. And that's and I'll be honest, like I'll go back to it, because Bruno can put that ball on his foot on a dime. Like he can. If he's playing a deep line playmaker and Mount's making that run, he can put it right in stride. So that's why I say, I mean, in a perfect world, Mount would be playing the 10. Bruno would be playing deeper, whether that's with Casemiro, Ugarte, or whoever. And then, you're going to be able to play those balls in behind or link up with Xerxes. So then Bruno can play a 1-2, and then unleash him at that point.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Yeah, let me get through some of the comments here, because there's loads to get down through. Keep getting them in, guys, as well. D says, if those 2 errors put us out, he needs to be benched for the remainder of his, what I hope is a very short time at the club. He also says, stick a like on the video. Yeah, good job, D. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, absolutely. He's that shit. I don't think he's even capable, says Kevin. That's in relation to Dan saying he's match fixing. Yeah, so yeah, we'll get into that now. Let's see. Desi said, didn't see the game. Was it bad? Yeah, it was bad at both ends, but in the middle it was kind of okay. Let's see. Proper kick in the bollocks, that says Finn. What else have we got here? D says, we played well in the second half. Onana is unfortunately absolutely shite. Mountain says, players will talk about Onana, but why did the players not take the ball to the corner flag at 4 minutes injury time? They had opportunities to do so. That was criminal. Yeah, I suppose there can be an argument put to that as well. Absolutely. Finn says, was it me or did Manu look like he has trimmed down lean and mean? Yeah, he looks there's a big neck on him, and I like that the
hair's gone.
The hair is gone, because he was prime Manu last season when that hair was short, and that's what I want to see again. Let's see. Patrick says, those headphones giving Kevin Keegan, I would love it if we beat them kind of vibes. Love it. The last poet says, Onana is about as useful as a handbrake on a boat. He would rot you. It's the biggest issue. There you go. John says, it was great to see Manu, Mount and Shaw on the bench. Yoro had a great game, but Highland and Onana simply aren't good enough. Abdullah says, big up this channel. I am done. Sell Onana. Onana, Garnacho, Rasmus, shit. There we go. Abdullah's not too happy there either. Bren is in. Long time no see for Bren. Can we sell Garnacho in a deal for Osman? I'm not too sure, to be honest. Do we jettison Onana for the rest of the season? If Highland goes, does that mean we're getting 2 strikers in? An awful lot of questions with no answers, to be quite honest with you. And, I think that is something that could drag on for a long time if we're being serious.
Jack, after what we saw tonight from Onana, how do you not bench him?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather go with Tom Heaton. I would rather put Tom Heaton in the net than have Onana there.
Yeah, Tom Heaton's one of the greatest goalkeepers to ever exist. You know what I mean? He's just unfortunately can't get a game at United, like Johnny Evans.
Yeah, but if Bayinder's healthy, then he's got to start. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't even know what happened on the first goal. Like, you mistime your hands that bad that you can't. And like you pointed out, Jack, you see the replay. He's watching the ball the whole time.
Do you know what it reminds me of? And none of you will obviously relate to this, but a guy I used to play soccer with used to jump for a header and duck at the same time. He used to jump up like that. And he just used to his head used to stay in the same spot. So you go like that. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Will you either jump or will you just duck? You know, and it kind of reminds me of what Onana is doing. He's getting across the goal, but he's doing that with his hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
I
like
mean, I'll be honest,
surely the goalkeeping coach is sitting down with Ruben Amorim now at the end of this game, or analyzing the game tomorrow with him and going, we've got to get this out of the team.
Well, the thing is, even on the first goal, that ball was high and looping and coming in. You can't go out and punch it. Like, you're not going to, as big as Onana is, he's 6'2"-ish, even maybe, I think he's 6'2". And you can't go out there and punch that. It's not like that ball came in on a line where you can't react. And when they serve him on a line, it's it's harder. You got to react and stuff. But that thing came in on a like a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like sitting there going, you can't come off your. I mean, I played with a goalkeeper in college that his heels were on the line all the time.
Mm.
I mean, he never came out, and it used to drive us nuts. But at the same time, it's like, Onana, you can't come out for that. Yeah. I mean, it's criminal. I mean, I don't even care if you come out and you punch it back to where it came from. Like, just go out and get it. Like, come on. Like, and you all know this. I mean, he's 6'2". If he jumps and he puts his arms out like this, he's got to be at least 6'6". So no one's going to out jump him. And if they touch him, it's a foul.
Yeah, and there's a yoke on Twitter here. It's so frustrating. Eric Ten Hag spent 600 million, and he left us with a striker who can't finish and a goalkeeper who can't save. And they're the two ends of the pitch, because we've spoken an awful lot this season about our build-up play looks a lot better. Our intricate 1-2 passing is good, and we're creating chances. And it's individuals. It's one or two individuals, and that's why I continue to say that. Continue to, I suppose, try and improve the team in the summer transfer window in the areas that we need to improve, and we do some good business. I don't see why all of a sudden we can see ourselves maybe back challenging for top 4 next season.
No, I don't think so. But the other thing is, I'm going to point this out. And I mean, I know Garnacho didn't play well and his decision making was poor, but this is the second game in a row that on a cross he's so off. Like, maybe he should play with Edgar David's glasses, where he can, the distance, like, I mean, you just sit there and you're like, you can't judge a ball. Like, come on, man. Like, you're playing in Europa League in the Prem for Manchester United, and you can't judge a cross and do better than that. Like, because once every now and then is okay. I get it, but it's 2 games in a row.
Yeah, I get you. 100%. Yeah. I want to end on a positive. Lenny Yoro gets his first goal for Manchester United, and again, as the games go on, looks so composed, looks so assured of himself, and looks like he's probably not even in third gear at the moment in terms of where he could potentially get to. How excited are you about what we've seen from him so far? And I mean, he's nearly made that left side of the back three now his position in such a short time.
Go ahead,
definitely. Man. Yeah, like you say, why can't we sign more players like him? You know what? No, I mean, no, young lads. Look at him compared to Dorgo. He's miles ahead of him, and they're similar ages, aren't they?
I think he's actually younger. I think he's a couple of years younger than him.
Yeah, that's what. But he looks miles ahead. He looks like a mature footballer, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's looked like he's been playing for years, doesn't he? So that's what you want from a young lad like that. And he don't look scared, does he? He never looks like he's scared of anything.
That link up there and the ball that he ran with, where he got on the edge of the box for a shot. I mean, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, no nerves from him or anything.
I mean, the way he plays, I mean, he glides. He doesn't run. He just glides down the field, and I just think, I mean, when you look, but like you think about it, and when Aiden Heaven comes back, like, even if Euro goes back to the right and Heaven plays on the left, I mean, Heaven does the same thing. They're basically mirror images of each other. Just Euro's a little bit farther ahead than Heaven, but it's like you don't have anything to worry about with those two guys back there. Euro is just so smooth. It's ridiculous. Like, it's just, his touches, the way, I mean, everything he does, he doesn't panic. He gets down in front of the ball. He blocks shots. He plays the ball out. I mean, and like you said, Jackie, on that one in the first half, he he sees the space and he eats it up. He doesn't like a lot of young players would stop the ball and be like, what do I do?
Yeah.
You know, but no, he's just fluid and he goes. I mean, he's master class. I mean, I really think so. I mean, you know, and you know, if you had two guys like Heaven and Euro playing left and right side, and you had Delict playing in the middle, that is just a brute. Like, I think you're pretty well off at this point.
Yeah,
you know,
and I want to finish on a positive because Desi is there. He says, with the right players, this manager will be dangerous with his style of play. Even with a very average side, he manages to pull results, and we are a very average lads. So yeah, there we go. I think that's probably the most positive we can leave it on. And yeah, again, finally, guys, before we go, do you one more answer? Do we go through next Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking yes. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. Hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Look, it's a disappointing end, but again, we keep saying this, and we've said it too many times, disappointing end, but a lot of positives to take out of the game.
Hey, Ben,
lads,
Ben, the headphone trick worked. Good call.
Yeah.
No, that's not true, because you didn't know I had these. You didn't know I had these. So, fucking wankers. Anyway, so starting from next week, we're going to have new channel members on the Match Reaction. So if anybody wants to jump on who's a channel member, the link is on the fucking homepage. Please, someone else come along.
Jack, most of them know.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. You shower of absolute knobheads. And yeah, I'll catch you next week. Good luck.
Let's see.